Hello, beautiful people. I wanted to share a quick video about witnessing and space holding a space for ourselves, holding a space for others, and the process of witnessing. I've spoken a little bit about this in the past. I've done a few posts, but this is something that I'm feeling is so relevant for these times. And it's a step in the healing process that I feel is often bypassed, and we just forget or maybe are not aware that this is such an integral part of the healing process. So, first of all, I just want to share this incredible experience I've just had with a client where we spent the entire session. So, my internal family system psychotherapy sessions are normally between an hour and an hour and a half. And this time we spent a good hour just witnessing. And in this phase of IFS and of healing, what's really beautiful is that we just get to hang out in this place where we witness the memories. So the explicit memories, the memories that we can see, the audio, or the implicit memories, the feeling and then sensation in the body of, what was arising, or how the memory is stored in that way, more somatically. And when we witness this, what we are doing is holding space for those memories to be processed. Because at the time when that traumatic situation, that unsafe situation happened, because of where we were at in our journey and maybe tools that we were missing and safety that wasn't there, guidance that wasn't there to guide us through that situation, those experiences, those memories just did not get processed properly. And I'm not going to go into that because that's a whole area of trauma science and research, which, I teach as part of courses that I do, and it's much deeper and we don't need to go there. But essentially they don't get processed. And so we get stuck in these loops, these unprocessed memories keep playing out for these parts of us that are holding them. So witnessing is so important because it allows us to finally process. And as part of the trauma releasing process, we witness and then we release. And then we go through the formal process of releasing, because some of that stuff really has to be witnessed, really has to have that space held for it. Now, the space holding aspect is so important also, to just be present, to know how to be present with ourselves, to witness our own stuff that's being processed. But also when we are holding that space for somebody else, to really be able to be present, to be listening at a deep level, to be able to bear witness without the need to jump in and influence that situation or even do or say much. Just to really, the art of holding space in those moments is is really where it all comes together as a therapist for me, and I was really able to be present and journey with this client and almost close my eyes and just be there as these scenes were being played out. I really felt that her energy system actually was really letting me in, was really open. And so I was really right in there. And we've been doing a lot of work for a really long time. We're very close in that therapeutic capacity. And just holding space for her was such a privilege. It was all of these months and months and months and months, almost a year of all of this trauma releasing work and work to acknowledge what's going on in the system and what's already, occurred in this incredible, this incredible system, incredible parts that have been working so hard for her. And it felt like all of that was building up to this point where this space could be held. And these memories of the most fundamental core trauma could finally be processed. And so to hold a space in those moments is so key, and it's so important to really really recognize what holding that space really means and what it's really all about, getting ourselves out of the way and being there fully present for that being and for her little parts that are finally able to say their piece and finally able to show us those memories that are so difficult. You know, it's really a privilege and a blessing to be witnessing that, and something for us not to take for granted. So when we're holding the space for ourselves, also all of that applies. But again, as I mentioned at the beginning, this is something that is often overlooked, because the feeling in our body, when we're doing it for somebody else, you know, we can do it beautifully. But when it's with ourselves, because the implicit memory, the feeling of that shame or that anger or whatever, those uncomfortable feelings in the body can be so challenging or even overwhelming, or even if they're not overwhelming, we have an inbuilt response, which is to push it, which can be to push that away or to suppress that. What our system is requiring us to do now, with a greater sense of awareness and journeying into our healing, is to once and for all hold a space for ourselves where we finally bear witness to our own burdens, to that energy, to those uncomfortable feelings, to those thoughts, those intrusive thoughts, whatever it might be that is there, that is on its journey of healing. So bearing witness to being able to sit with that pain, being able to sit with those uncomfortable feelings is the key to releasing it, to releasing that trauma, to doing that inner work, to recalibrating the system. So if we're not careful, the uncomfortable feelings come up and we just go, I just don't want to go there. And we forget that this is the fundamental aspect of healing, that we are being called to now bear witness, to hold this beautiful space for ourselves and to bear witness. And this is all about presence. It's about being able to regulate ourselves in this moment, to come into presence, to come into awareness of what is taking place and to hold that space. Now, for some of us, it feels like we're in a phase of bearing witness, right? It feels like the last 3 years, all I've been doing is bearing witness and having to sit in this pain and sit in this grief and sit in all this stuff. And that just might be what it is for you. Okay, but also your bearing witness may be 5 minutes. Also, there's no hard and fast rule about this, and this is really about you and your journey that you've been on and where you're going next. And so if what's being held needs a longer time to be witnessed, then that's your challenge and that's your journey, is to really give yourself what you need and to journey with yourself. So having different ways that you can hold space for yourself in meditation, having a daily practice, creating ceremony for yourself, a morning ritual, a sunset ritual, taking time to go on mindful walks. These are all different ways that you can hold a space for yourself, checking in with yourself every day, doing gentle energy work that allows you to integrate energy and allows you to sit with yourself and allows you to see what's there, you know, with gaps and space, you know, rather than just something that's boom, 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 boom routine, which doesn't really allow you the space to reflect or to go inwards. So I wanted to share this with you because we are in such an incredible time at the moment with what's going on. I really feel that we are here to bear witness to this. As it is on its way of being transmuted, all of this funky stuff that's going on out there, all of this weird behavior, we're here to bear witness to it. And so be present with that as well on this collective level, and trust that there's nothing really more that we need to do except for be in our presence, shine our light, bear witness to what's going on, allow it all to be processed, you know, by ourselves and by others, because a lot of this stuff is really devastating for people to come into the realization of what has been transpiring. And so holding that space is so key. It's so important for us to bear witness to other people, also transmuting, processing and then transmuting the trauma that they have been carrying. So thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you found this useful. Have a beautiful, beautiful, blessed day.